Illegal alien from China admits on video he is not seeking asylum, only here to, quote, take the money. This is classic. This is what we've been basically saying. Either they're here for handouts, or or they're here part of the invasion to try to take over our country. What I mean by they, I mean China. And we've actually got a clip of them actually admitting, one of them actually admitting that he's here for the handouts. Not here to contribute, not here to work, here for the handouts. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. But before we get started, go to hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Now, this comes from the Gateway pundit, David Grayson. He reports that an illegal alien from China crossed the border in San Diego County in Jacumba, a hotspot where illegal aliens pour through daily. I mean, the fence is wide open and people just walk on through. Fox News reporter Griff Jenkins asked the illegal why he made his way to the U.S., and he admitted it was to, quote, take the money. Quote, what city do you want to go to? Fox News reporter Griff Jenkins asked the illegal from China. The illegal replied, I don't know. Griff Jenkins pressed him, okay, why do you come? To take the money, the illegal replied. Money for a job? There's no job in China. Griff Jenkins asked the illegal. So let's check this out. Let me put on my headphones. Let's check this out.
Yes.
Where in China are you from?
I come from Guangzhou.
Where?
Guangzhou.
Guangzhou?
Yeah.
Where in the U.S. do you want to go? Do,
LA?
do you know what city?
Yes, maybe.
What city do you want to go to?
I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Okay. Why did you come?
Take money.
Money?
Yes.
For job?
Yes.
There's no job in China.
Maybe. I don't know.
Wow. I mean, this is wild, right? And Jacoba, California has been an entry point for illegals because of the lax security in the border wall. TGP reported earlier this week that 260 Chinese illegals were caught in the San Diego sector in just one day. What's even more alarming is that there have been 20,000 Chinese illegals that have been encountered by the Border Patrol, all sectors, fiscal year 2024. They said 20,000. I've seen numbers a little bit higher. But to compare that number with was only 450 Chinese illegals in fiscal year 2021. Illegal aliens and smugglers take advantage of a small gap in the border wall, Jacuma, East San Diego County, California. So let's check this one out here. This is them walking right through the wall. Look at that. This is our border. You see them driving off after they dumped them off. Wild. So anyone can just come in. And Biden's open border policies, coupled with help from corrupt NGOs, have facilitated this invasion. TGP reported that last Sunday, DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas was on NBC Meet the Press. He had dodged all responsibility with lies and deflection. Quote, do you bear responsibility for what is happening at the border? Christian Welker asked, and he says, quote, we don't bear responsibility for a broken system, Mayorkas continued. Like, I mean, this is your job. So what are you talking about? You don't bear the responsibility. That's your job, is to protect our border. And you're not doing it. So what are you talking about? But let's listen to what he has to say.
Let me just ask you, though, big picture. You have now been in your position for 3 years, and let's talk about what's happened during those 3 years. More migrants have crossed the border illegally last year than ever before. The asylum cases backlog has more than tripled since 2019. You yourself have said that more than 85% of migrants caught crossing the border illegally are being released into the U.S. as they await their court dates. Let's just put impeachment aside for a minute. Why do you deserve to keep your job, Mr. Secretary?
Kristen, the data that you cite is a powerful example of why we need legislation to fix what everyone agrees is a broken immigration system. And you take a snapshot of the data over the past 3 years.
There is a literal gap in the wall. What legislation do you need to fix that gap? It's not like they don't know. They know that gap is there, and then the federal government is they're not doing anything to go and fix it. You don't need legislation to fix that gap. The wall is already there. You just need to plug that hole. I mean, and that's on you, Mayor Orkis. That has nothing to do. You don't need legislation to fix that. This is just crazy. It's because they want it open. You see what happened. It didn't take legislation for they didn't need federal legislation for Texas to go in and put up barbed wire to try to protect their borders. But the federal government, the DHS went in to cut those wires, though. The federal government, they didn't wait for any legislation to cut those barbed wires that Texas put up. What is he talking about right now? This doesn't make any sense.
Let's take a look before the last 3 years. That case backlog, which is about 3 million cases, has been growing year over year over year. The time between when we encounter an individual at the border and the time of final adjudication of an asylum case has been years, 5 to 7 years, 4 years and years. I remember when I entered the Department of Homeland Security in 2009, we were wrestling with these very same issues. The system has not been fixed for 30 years. A bipartisan group of senators have now presented us with the tools and resources we need. Bipartisan group, and yet Congress killed it before even reading it.
No doubt there is gridlock on Congress, but do you bear responsibility for what is happening at the border, what the president himself has called a crisis?
It certainly is a crisis, and we don't bear responsibility for a broken system, and we're doing a tremendous amount within that broken system. But fundamentally, Congress is the only one who can fix it.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Like I said, when Texas went to protect their borders, Congress didn't stop them. They put up those barbed wires. And then you, Mayor Orkis, went in and cut those barbed wires. So what are you talking about? So yes, you bear the responsibility. We try to protect the borders, and you go in and do the exact opposite. This is disgusting. But let me know what you think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.